There we go. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Suboptimal Cooking Show. My name is Chef Tig. You can also call me Noah. Hope you're doing well today. Years go by quick, don't they, guys? Morning, Rosa. Morning, Joy. Yeah, years go by quick. My little chef that I did a fundraiser for 10.5 years ago, where I shaved my head off, shaved my head, shaved my eyebrows, shaved everything, so I could take time off when they were born, is turning 10, which is mind-blowing to me. And, as a kid, they're not into unicorns anymore. They don't necessarily like balloons. They're really into cottagecore and mushrooms and frogs and stuff. So we're gonna make them. I don't have time to do a whole cake myself. Yeah. That was when we first met, Kitty. Was you came and helped us get the nursery together. But the kiddo is into dark cottagecore stuff, and I don't have time to always bake a cake and ice a cake. So what we're doing this year is I have bought a Costco chocolate cake. Their cakes are absolutely wonderful. Like, no right for a store-bought cake to be this good. It's got all kinds of... they love this cake. They've had pretty much the same cake for the last 3 years. but they wanted it decorated differently this time. So we bought a plain cake, plain round cake with chocolate icing, chocolate cake, and the chocolate mousse filling. Great cake. But we're going to decorate it with some mushrooms and stuff, and just kind of make it look more foresty themed. And that's what we're doing today. Questionable Addict, welcome in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So we're going to be using chocolate melts because, again, suboptimal show. I don't have time to temper chocolate. But chocolate melts, those I got time for. Melt them and go. They're great. The main difference between a chocolate and a chocolate melt is the fat content that's used. Typically in chocolate melts, you're using something like a cocoa butter, not cocoa butter, excuse me, coconut oil, which is solid at room temperature. So we're going to be decorating some stuff and making some decorations to specifically go along with this, to go on the side and go on top of the cake. I'm also going to make some meringue mushrooms using a meringue powder. Honestly, this was cheap. I went to my local baking shop here in the Kansas City area that does all kinds of cake decorating and stuff, and I picked up the chocolate I need, which is right here, some piping bags, which is a little bit more optimal than what we're used to using on the show. Normally we use Ziploc bags. I wanted something a little bit nicer today. This is kind of one of those situations where we're going to be operating a little bit more optimally today, based on what's available. So I'm using Loran meringue powder. We're just going to dive right into it today, guys. I'm using Loran meringue powder, and what we do is we take sugar, we take hot water and this meringue powder, and we combine them and we whip them up to a nice peak. And this is going to be, right now, this little container, it sounds expensive, was $20, but this is going to make more meringue than $20 worth of eggs would, and more stably. This is also a stabilizer. So first thing we need to do is I need to boil some water. Excuse me, you're not going to see me for a second. I have our electric kettle back here that we normally use for our coffee. I'm going to put some more water in it, and then we're going to set it to a full boil. Because like I said, we're out working optimally today, and I like using my electric kettle for this kind of thing. Okay, so that's going. Excuse me, Spelunky. I got my cat Spelunky, who's on a hunger strike right now. So she is protesting that I am not giving her the food she absolutely loves. We've switched over to the food. All right, on the stove today, you're going to see we've got 2 hot water baths. This is just to melt our chocolate. So I'm going to get this on the stove and melting. I don't have these at a full boil. I just have them at kind of a low heat. Grievous Mink, welcome in. Yeah, cake decoration today. We're making decorations to go on top of a pre-made cake. So we'll go from there and get the white chocolate open. And Grievous Milk, how are you doing today? Oh, dump all this white chocolate into the pan. And so we got some nice white chocolate vanilla flavored tabs. Get those on the heat. We got some red red tabs as well. These are white chocolate but color with food coloring. Pre-done. Don't have to worry about it. Flavor on these is kind of nice, actually. I'm usually not a white chocolate fan, but this is decent. Now, when you're putting chocolate on of any kind that you're trying to heat up and melt, you put enough water in that it's below the bottom of the pot. You do not want your hot water touching, or not the bottom of the pot, the bottom of the bowl. You do not want your hot water touching your bowl because you're going to kill your chocolate that way. I'll grab a bunch of towels out. Take a sip of my coffee here. Okay. If you could make a run to go get it, yes. Obviously I can't go get it right now. That'll work. That'll absolutely work. So we'll do our meringue mushrooms as the back half of things. I've got the oven on to 170, which is where we are going to gently bake the meringues. First thing I'm going to do though is I have my mushroom chocolate mold here. This is a chocolate mold in the shape of mushrooms, obviously. And I'm just going to come in here with a paper towel and give it a nice wipe out. Make sure it's nice and clean. Yes, and I actually went ahead and ordered one, Joy, on Amazon. The squeaky sound. No, the mushrooms are pretty much all the same. But we're gonna see what we can do here. Okay, checking on our chocolate melts. You're just gonna be right in the middle of everything today, aren't you, Spelunky? Yeah, that's just gonna be how you are. Now, one thing you always gotta be careful of when you're melting chocolate on a water bath is that the water bath itself does not steam and converge into your chocolate, because if water gets into your chocolate, it will seize up. There are exceptions to that rule, but for now, we're just operating under the assumption that if it touches the chocolate, it's gonna be a bad day. So I'm gonna put one spatula in each of these, and I'm gonna start just mixing these around. Our temperature seems to be pretty good. They're melting nicely. You guys can't see anything because I forgot to switch over. Okay.
The machines have taken over.
Yes, and like Joy says, we are trying to raise some funds today. If you're new here, we don't usually ask for donations. We usually don't ask for this kind of stuff. But we have some friends who, due to inclement weather in our area, had days of work canceled, a lot of them, because we had a lot of inclement weather in this, and they are behind on their house, and we don't want them to lose their home. So we are trying to raise some money to help them stay. There are absolutely incentives and the incentive list can be found right there for things that we are going to be donated for this. I have put my hair on the line. I like my head of hair, but if it'll help a friend, that's boiling a little bit too much. Turn that down a bit. And yes, and I'm giving away one-on-one cooking sessions as a part of this. So if you would like to get a one-on-one digital session with me, if you live in the Kansas City area, it can be in person. Otherwise, it would be online through webcams and stuff. But I am giving away one-on-one tutoring sessions, cooking sessions with me to do a recipe, to learn how to make something of your choice. My hair, if we hit certain milestones, my hair is on the line, my beard is on the line, as are my eyebrows. If we hit over our goal, if we hit our goal is $6,000 raised to help their bills. If we can get above that and help them get ahead, I will shave my whole head off and my eyebrows. After the only caveat to that is that it is that will happen after engagement photos happen with my lovely bride. Yes, after the engagement photos. I'm pulling the chocolates off of the heat. They're roughly about 98 degrees or so. Yes, they are incentive based. They're not donation based. Anybody can get in on these, no matter what. You do not need to donate to get in on the giveaways. Actually, wait, what? We do the shaving as a part of the engagement photos? Okay. You heard it here first, guys. All right. So I've got these set up here. I'm going to move my bowl over for a minute. We got our molds here, and I'm going to pull out some pastry bags. No, I will not nair. No. No nair. No nair. No. No. Of course, it's not like that sound. I swear doesn't like that sound, or my friend is here. I'll let Joy check that out. Okay. You don't like that sound? Yeah, I know that sound bothers you, huh? Okay. Filling pastry bags. If you're using a disposable pastry bag or just a non-disposable pastry bag, you always want to open it up before you start filling it. And then what we want to do is take it inside out around your fingers, like this. And then we're going to drop some of this nice warm chocolate in here. Now I'm not going to do very much of this at first, because what I want to do is I want to try and put some very, very tiny dots on the mushrooms. We're going to try and do that in the mold first. I can probably do them after either, but we're going to try it in the mold. I will admit it's been a hot minute since I've worked with chocolate molds, but we'll relearn together, shall we? And scraper. That to the bottom here. We're going to twist our bag, and I'm going to cut the smallest possible tip off of this bag, as tiny as I can. right there. Gonna cut back the angle of the excess plastic there. Let's just take a look here. Cut a little bit more of the tip off. Just a little bit. Okay. So you guys probably can't see that, but I made two very, very tiny dots on the counter right here with my pastry bag. So we're gonna lift this up. We're gonna come in here and place little dots all over the mushroom area. And I'll show you guys what I'm doing in just a second. Okay, so you can see right here, there's little dots all over the inside. So we're gonna do that a few times. I'm gonna put the chocolate back on the heat so it doesn't seize up on me. I'm gonna lower the heat on both so that they stay warm but not boiling. Just putting uneven dots all over. We're doing fly amanitas, which, if you know what they are, they're basically the Mario mushrooms, red with white bottom, red top with white spots. Woo! Let's not drop that. And because this is this is not regular chocolate. This is the quick stuff, the chocolate melt. We'll be able to do these dots and get the stuff in the freezer, and it will we'll be able to put it right into the freezer, and they'll harden up in a few minutes. So we're gonna do a couple batches of these guys. Each one of these is gonna make yeah, they freeze up in about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. We're gonna let. I don't know yet. We're gonna try different things, and we'll discuss that in a little bit. But I'm just kind of laying out the dots right now in here. Just kind of doing this as quick as I can. If it looks a little messy, that's okay, because nature is not even. Bottom. Oh, that looks really cool. That looks really, really cool. Rotate my... Keep this comfortable in your hands when you're doing this kind of stuff, guys. You don't want to cramp, you don't want to stuff. When you're handling your pastry bags, you want to keep a decent amount of tension on it. Up top, keep the pressure here, and you'll see that I've got it caught by my thumb here, and then I'm just using my fingers here to squeeze little bits out at a time. So just squeeze little tiny bits right now as we put our dots on the mushrooms. Why is my earbuds weird? Yes. Keeping yourself comfortable will make the job a lot easier and more enjoyable to do. But these are always labors of love, guys. This kind of thing is always a labor of love. Boy, do I love my kid. I'll be, not ashamed to say it. Oh. 4 more, and then we'll move on to the next step. The random buffering might be you. I'm not sure. My bitrate looks pretty consistent, so. And you'll notice that every now and then I'm coming in here and cleaning up the tip. It is cooling down a little bit, so the chocolate at the tip does harden up a little bit. The rest of it's kind of being kept good by my body temperature. I have hot hands. Joy. Love you. Alright. 2 more to do here, guys. If I really wanted to go intense, what I would do is I would actually put a small layer of white chocolate, black chocolate near the bottoms of it to look like the gills of the mushroom. I don't think we're going to go that detailed on this one, but it's something you can do. Here a little bit of chocolate out. Chocolate gets messy, guys. Like, don't be afraid to get a little messy when it comes to chocolate. All right. There we have it. Here's all of our little dots. Little dots on the amanitas, on the mushrooms. And I'm going to put this over here on the warm stove. And we are going to come in here and check our chocolate. Looking pretty good. A little hot. A little hot, so I may have hopefully not too badly seized a little bit of this, but it's okay. I don't need this color yet, though. I'm going to keep that warm on the stove. We're going to grab our red chocolate. And our next piping bag. Drop a whole bunch of this chocolate in because we're going to need to do a bit more with this than we did with the white. Once again, we're gonna lay our chocolate flat, push it to the top, make sure there's no air bubbles. Got really hot, so we're gonna have to be careful with this. Okay. Luckily, these chocolate melts are really. You can absolutely add food coloring. You're going to want to get gel food colorings, not your typical liquids. The liquids can seize the chocolate, so you do want to use a gel coloring with chocolate. Prince Foxy, welcome in. All right, here we go. We're going to snip the tip a little bit larger here. And we're going to drizzle red chocolate into this area. We're going to kind of get it just all over that red area, or where we put the white dots. It's going to melt the white dots a little bit. They should still stay in place. We're getting the full shape of the mushroom. And if it's not all the way to the top, guys, that's okay. We're going to fill that in with white chocolate in a second. Prince Foxy, welcome to the Kitchen Brigade. Thank you for the follow. As if you're talking, I can't see. I do apologize. Yes, we do use Ruby Spitfire's music on stream. They're a wonderful friend. They're one of the people who is in need of getting their housing capped. They are Ruby. They are UV Glow Panda's partner. Okay. I've got all my mushrooms coated. Just gonna make these lines a little bit more defined by pulling the chocolate around with my thermometer here. And let's just check our dots. They all look really good. I'm gonna take you guys off of the thing here for a second so you can see this. The dots are looking really good on these mushrooms. I'm gonna put this back on the stove for a minute. Grab the white chocolate back out. One more bag. John Sin coming in with 40 viewers. Hello, John. How are you, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Suboptimal Cooking Show. Thank you for those follows. Go Farmer Bluesy, Commander Wolf. Hello, hello. PCD, good to see you. Scissorman, welcome in. Thank you for those follows, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Today on the Suboptimal Cooking Show, we are doing suboptimal cake decorating. I have a pre-made cake that I have purchased for my child's 10th birthday, and they're into mushrooms, so we are making mushrooms to go onto that birthday cake. Toy Studios, welcome. Chocolate is getting everywhere, guys. It happens. There's nice good sized tip opening here. We're just gonna fill the rest of these in. Yes, we are also raising bed scrapers are wonderful. That's actually a bed scraper I got at Lowe's. It's just like a putty tape knife. But guys, we are raising funds for some friends of ours who are having housing problems. Due to the inclement weather we had this winter, three of our friends who live together have a shortage of income and are at risk of losing their home. In this time and political climate, it's very hard. A lot of stuff can go wrong. So if you have it in your ability and you have it in your heart, there's a donation link down below my stream. It just says donate. That links to our friend Ruby Spitfires, who makes our music. Links to their Ko-Fi, coffee, however you pronounce that, and all the money goes directly to them. As we raise different funding levels, guys, different things are being unlocked. I am doing one-on-one cooking streams. I'm giving away one-on-one cooking streams, one-on-one cooking lessons, excuse me, not streams, but lessons, one-on-one lessons at certain tiers of achievement of what we're raising. We also have my hair, my beard, and my eyebrows are on the line here, guys. I should tell you not to donate, but if you want to see me look like Uncle Fester, it's on the line. So we're gonna take these and we're gonna tap this down till there's no bubbles and no lines. Not perfect, but they look pretty dang good, guys. I'll show you the results in just a little bit. We're gonna put these into the freezer for about 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, John, I hadn't thought of that, but yes, eyebrows are on the list if we hit $7,000 raised. Eyebrows are on the list if we hit 7,000. But this is going in my freezer. 3 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes would probably be enough to get these completely set up. Let's start making our meringue. Yeah, fly amanita is what the type of mushroom is. Put this back on the stove, keep it warm. We're going to reboil our water. This needs to, we need to make, basically we're making a simple syrup, guys. And then we are going to let that simple syrup cool. And then we are going to add meringue powder. We're going to be using meringue powder today to do our meringue. Because there is, my mom's cousin always made these meringue mushrooms at Christmas holiday time, December, really. And they were one of my favorite things. So I'm really excited to get to make them myself. I've never actually tried to make them myself. I talked to her about it recently. She said she used egg white powder, meringue powder, and so we're gonna give it a shot. We're working with stuff that I haven't worked with in a long time, so I'll admit to not being out of my depth per se, but it's been a while. So, according to the meringue powder, I need 1 cup of granulated sugar, half a cup of boiling water, and 1/4 cup of meringue powder per batch. So we're going to do a double batch. So 2 cups of granulated sugar. Measure out. One thing I am going to do here is clean my bowl. This is... And to clean our bowl, we are going to use a tiny bit of one of my favorite kitchen secrets, white vinegar. What this is going to do is get any fat out of the bowl that may be left over from other cooking jobs. It'll dry fairly quickly. It will not leave lasting flavor, I promise. But this is going to get rid of any fat that's in the bowl. With meringue, we do not want any fat in the bowl. We do not want any fat in the meringue, because that can lead to a suboptimal, not even suboptimal, a dead meringue. So, a little bit more paper towel. My water just went off, so I'm going to put this bowl aside. Grab one more bowl that I've got in the dishwasher here. Okay. And grab our water. Hot water kettle. 2 cups of sugar. 1. Goat Farmer Bluesy. I missed the question. Is it? Oh, that's what. Right. You can rinse with vinegar then water. I find, honestly, if you're rinsing it thoroughly and you're wiping it down thoroughly, it doesn't leave any scent, doesn't leave any issues. Put the sugar away. Clean as you go, guys. Always clean as you go. And for this, I'm actually, I want to give a little bit of vanilla flavor. The vanilla won't affect shouldn't affect the meringue at all. I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny drop in before we make this quick, simple syrup. Okay, so good. All right, so it says dissolve, let cool to room temperature. So we're gonna it does look almost like Florida. That's pretty funny. All right, 1 cup of boiling water for 2 cups of sugar. We're gonna take our whisk here, whisk this all together to get this all nice and dissolved. This is a super saturated solution. If you remember your solutions from high school. Whisk, 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 whisk. Tomorrow, we'll see you later. Now whisk until all that sugar is nice and dissolved. Nice sugar syrup. kettle back where it belongs. Temperature still very, very hot. You can see, guys, that this is getting clearer and clearer as I whisk it. There's a little bit that's not dissolved yet. We could throw this on the stove if we need to. I think it'll be fine, honestly. Quick peek at our meringues, or our chocolate. Are almost ready to go already. Great. Lucky for me, one of my best friends is also a cook and has the same KitchenAid that I do, and he's bringing over the whisk so I don't have to hand whisk. It's because standing here going like this for about 35 minutes, not my idea of a good time. Not my idea of entertainment. Can we sit huffing and panting? Just, no. I don't think so. I mean, if you guys really want me to do it, I might, but... Okay. All right. That needs to cool down to room temperature still. What we might do is do an ice bath. Cool it. Giggity, my love, giggity. All right, let's do an ice bath. Ice baths are great tools. There's one everywhere. Are great tools for cooling things quickly. This shouldn't take too big of an ice bath to do. We're going to take a whole bunch of ice out of the freezer. And we're going to put a little bit of water in it. Okay. Let's drop this in here and just carefully start whisking. We're going to get this cooled down here. Again, I don't want this to be too cold, just room temperature. Only a little above room temperature now. We're not going to have very far to go. This works best with metal bowls, guys, because they conduct the heat and conduct the cooling temperatures better than ceramic or something like that. Ceramic's not too bad, but metal is always going to be best. Aluminum is king. All right. And I don't want this too cold. That is about... I don't feel it. So when I'm putting my finger in here, I don't feel a temperature. It means it's about 98 degrees. So it's just about body temperature. We need a little cooler than that. Yes, Your Highness. Hello. Her Lady Karen ship is sitting here staring at me. For those of you who don't know, that's why our cat Spelunky. Spelunky, we call her Karen because she always wants to talk to the manager about how things are about the way she likes them. Okay. Meatloaf and cheddar broccoli. That sounds like a good dinner. I'll put this to the side just in case we need an ice bath for something later. I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. Get our quarter cup measure out. Find it. And use that one for not to. Quarter. That's my third. Where's my quarter cup? So suboptimal, I can't even find all my tools, guys. That's me. I know I've got it here somewhere, but I'm just a genius. We'll use the other one. Ceramic ones. Pretty ceramic measuring cups. Aha! There is my whisk. Hello! Oh my God, what did you bring? You see? Hold on one second, guys. Our friend Nightwing has brought me a whole bunch of fruit, frozen fruit, and goodies that we're going to be cooking on stream. Cool. Thank you. I'll have to figure out where to stash all this. Okay. That says hi. All right. Yes. And I did. I'll get this back to you tomorrow. By the way, I did order one. So. Okay. I have this one. Just yeah. Oh, you'll appreciate this real quick before you bounce. Oh, it's okay. That's just the camera on the stove. You don't need that right now. Night. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, guys, the mushrooms are ready. We're gonna put this to the side for a moment. Pop a few of these out. Look at that. They're not perfect, neither am I, but they look really nice. Get nice little close-up of these here. Look at that. Fly Amanita mushrooms. We'll trim them down a little bit. Little berry, yeah, absolutely. Get a bowl to put these in. I think how I can keep the chocolate, the red chocolate, from hitting more areas than I want it to. This is the first run. This one's almost perfect. That's what I really want, is that nice divide of white and red there, where it's not overflowing. First batch out. Powdered sugar. Little Bear, you're gonna have to. Where do you put the powdered sugar in the chocolate to help make it thicker, or how do you? I'm curious because it's been a while since I've worked with chocolate molds. I learn things on this show too, guys. Absolutely. I'm going to clean the molds out and get them ready for run number 2. Maybe it could be. I could also just need to angle this up like this so that the red stays in this area. But the problem is I'm putting the red in first and it's running down into the stem area. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do about that. Hey Nate, goes really well. We just made mushrooms to go on kiddo's cake. Little fly amanita mushrooms. And we are getting ready to do our meringue whipping up. Actually, with that, guys, thank you. We are going to take a quick 3 to 5 minute break while I get some stuff settled and get some ads run. We'll be back. Go hydrate. Go take care of yourselves. 3 to 5 minutes. We'll be back. Welcome back, guys. We are here and ready to start a meringue. We have our syrup down to about room temperature. Got our first batch of amanitas going. Our first batch of mushrooms is done. And we are going to add our meringue powder here. Let's go ahead and measure out a quarter cup here. One quarter cup. I could have just done this in a half cup, couldn't I? Fine. Woo! Powdery. 2. Got it. Yeah, Kitty, let's update that in the Discord and stuff, and just shoot me a message with what's going on, please. We're gonna go ahead and throw our whisk onto here, raise our thing, and we're gonna start this mixing on low. Get all the powder mixed in to our syrup. I cover this with a towel to keep the powder from escaping. Stop that for a second and scrape it down. Make sure all the powder gets into the mix. We're gonna bring it up the sides. Hey, Kith, what's going on, buddy? Doing well, sir. We're making decorations for Little Chef Junior's 10th birthday, if you can believe it. We are also raising money for our friend UVGO Panda, our friends UVGO Panda and Ruby Spitfire. They are having some housing troubles due to the inclement weather we had. Some of their jobs are weather dependent, and they are unfortunately their employers do not pay for missed days based on weather. We are trying to raise some money so they can keep their home. I've got my my meringue whisking, and we're going to let that mix up so we don't see any bits in it anymore. That's looking pretty good. Then we're going to crank this up. I'm going to talk a little bit louder, guys, just because that gets a little loud. We're going to whisk this to nice high peaks. And I'm foolish here, guys. Here we are. I couldn't remember where I put my mushroom template here. And we're going to start piping our dots, our next set of dots, into the molds for our mushrooms. For those of you who missed it earlier, we are doing mushroom decorations for Junior Chef's 10th birthday cake. I will pull out the cake in a little bit and show you guys what that all looks like. Thank you, Kitty. Excuse me, guys. I have to take a call real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. We had a misdelivered package. Um, and that was, I had called the sender because their sender's phone number was on the package, and they were just calling me back, trying to figure out what was going on. So, all right, see how this is doing. Still pretty soft, so we need to let this go a little bit more. Working away at these mushrooms, guys. So do you guys have any questions about chocolate? Questions about doing meringue? Again, I'm using meringue powder, which is a kind of a, I mean, it is not the traditional way to make meringue, but it is certainly a suboptimal easy way, which we're all about here. A little on the pricier side, but at this point, still less expensive than the price of enough eggs to do this. So. That looks like to be a nice stiff peak. Now that's nice and aerated. Oh yeah, see how that stands up like that? That's a nice, actually closer to a medium peak. But that is gorgeous. That'll work perfectly. Okay, leave that there for a minute. Taste. Tastes like meringue. work my chocolate a little bit further down, retwist my bag so it keeps the pressure on it. I'm excited for Kiddo to see these tonight, because this is not going to be a surprise for them because they do come over on Friday nights. Okay, that's all 12 of them. Bread has cooled down a bit. Let's try something a little bit different this time, guys. We're gonna angle this up on the cutting board here so that it flows downwards a little bit more. Hey Panda, what's going on? Woo! Loosen chocolate. Still pretty liquidy. There we go. That seems to be working nicely. Take one of our spoons here. Touch it up and make sure that it's coating all of the upper areas here. Okay. That was a mistake. I let this bag get too hard. Suboptimal, as always. Grab one more pastry bag. The reason I bought a dozen of these suckers. I figured that might. You have the ability to make a custom apron for me? You may need to do that with the cooking show logo on it. All right. All right. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Pardon me 1 second here, guys. Yep, there's the popper. I'm glad I'm using chocolate melts because I let this get way too hot. This is hot as heck. Should not be. Should not be quite as hot as it is. But with chocolate melts, that's okay. It does not. It's not as important with chocolate melts because they're not. We don't have to temper these. They don't use the same kind of fat that regular chocolate uses. Tap these down again. Okay. Oh, that's way better, guys. Still a little bit of excess red, but these are good. The second batch is going to be way, way better. Those are going in the freezer. Meanwhile, meringue, ready to go. Nice and stiff. We're going to get some hotel pans, or sheet pan, I should say. Pan here with some parchment on it. Parchment, you can do wax paper, you can do non-stick pads. I'm going to use parchment. Don't make the same mistake twice. Let's get this chocolate back on the stove. Okay. New pastry bag. Now, normally a lot of people would use pastry tips for this. I don't have any anymore. Mine got absconded with many years ago, unfortunately. And optimally, we do not work optimally, but optimally, we would want larger pastry bags than this for the quantity we're doing here. That's okay. We work suboptimal. Fill this up with meringue. And we're going to start doing mushroom caps. We're going to do mushroom caps, we're going to do mushroom stems. And then tomorrow, I can't do it today because they do need to sit kind of almost overnight to cure up. Tomorrow I will be assembling them. And I may take some extra video of the assembly and put that up on YouTube for you guys. Meringue in a bag. We're going to cut a fairly large hole here. I have. Typically, they're not actually baking them, per se. What we are doing is we're going to try and dehydrate them. So the meringue, the oven is at 170 right now. It'll probably give them more color than I normally would, but that's okay. What you're typically, you really want to air dry them if you can. I don't have, normally when you're air drying, if you have a gas stove, the pilot light of the gas stove is enough to keep the temperature where you need it. I don't have that option. I don't have a gas stove. So we're gonna work with what we got, of course. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. I am gonna trim my paper to fit this just a little bit more tightly so there's not so much overage. Let's just check something. I wonder if an air fryer would work. I'm curious to see how low my air fryer goes. You can try that as an experiment. It also only goes down to 170, so it's not necessarily that going to be any better. So we're going to come in here and we're just going to put our tip down, our cap. What we're doing here, guys, is we are piping straight down and not moving, and we are just letting that cap naturally form. Okay? Take a little, we can... yes, but the air movement in a convection oven, like what an air fryer actually is, tends to be closer to raise the temperature by about 25 to 50 degrees effectively. So the air movement would put that actually closer to 200, 225. So that may be a little hotter than you would want it. So again, I place my the tip of my bag right where I want it, and then I just give it a gentle squeeze and let that form the top of my mushrooms, and then twist off. And I made a really big batch. It occurs to me I made a really big batch of meringue, comparatively speaking. Because I'm getting a lot more of these from such a small bag of meringue than I thought I would. So that's my mistake. So I'm going to be piping these for days. Trying to keep them as even as I can. But again, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. They tell you they are, they're lying. Good meringue. First bag is pretty much empty. Just fill it right back up.
What's this do?
Does that. Welcome, Trooper. Can't tell I'm a Star Wars fan. Big one. Well, honestly, we may end up making a pavlova. I don't know. I got the meringue for it, and we have all that fruit now that was just given to us by our friend Nightwing. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had pavlova myself. What are we at? Almost 3 dozen of these little suckers so far? Whew. Yeah, let's do 3.5 dozen. Did the oven. Nice low oven. That 170 should be about perfect, honestly. We got 3.5 dozens and caps we need to do. 3.5 dozen stems. Guys, this is going to probably be a shorter stream today because there's not much more I want to show you guys here. Is there any questions from chat about what we're doing? Let's pull the cake out and yeah, you may want to get moving. And I'm sorry. Oh, it's sugar burning, and I couldn't quite figure out where it's from. Still can't. Meringue back over here. Oh, seriously, where's that burning sugar? Sorry, Panda. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to do today, unfortunately. I'll go as long as I can. We're gonna pull the cake out in a little bit here and show it off. So for these guys, we're gonna go smaller than the caps and kind of go up a bit. We're pulling up as we're going, and then we're cutting off. I was doing a stem, not a cap there for a second. Yeah, if you have any requests, or if there's things you'd like to see, please join our Discord. We'll be putting recipes in there. Information on future streams. Good place to see when I'm going live, which, I mean, you guys know the schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 to 11 a.m. start time to whenever we finish, really. Usually 1 o'clock or 1:30. It may not be slow more. I may have that set for mods only right now, which why it responded to Joy and not you. You know, privileges of being my significant other, I suppose. No, that privilege is eating the food that I make. That's already 3 dozen. These are definitely smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been doing 7. Awesome. I'll have more stems. I'll make more things later. We're gonna get these in the oven. I'm gonna put a towel in the corner of the oven here just to keep it cracked just a little bit. Keep the temperature down. Get our second batch of mushrooms out of the freezer. Take a look at them. They look so good, guys. Yeah, these are even better. Actually, what I'm going to do is we're going to take a paring knife here, and I'm just going to trim these up around the edges just a tiny bit, because there is a little bit of overflow. But here you go, guys. There's the little mushroom decorations there. Take one of the originals, trim around it. I had overfilled these quite a bit. Trim the excess down. Take a little look here. These match up in such. Ew. Okay. So we take a little white chocolate. That's meringue. That is meringue. That one going in my mouth. Wrong bag. Oh boy, that just got clipped. Cool. Let's trim that down. Trim this one. White chocolate, shall we? Push that together. There we go, guys. Little whole mushrooms. Little trim off of here. Make it stand up. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get the actual cake. Or Joy's going to get it for me. Thank you, Joy. My coffee then. Fine. Please don't. I mean, not that we couldn't get another one, but I prefer not to. Here's our oh no. Well, when you have the custom cakes, it's got a big, much bigger label.
Oh, do you want to get Oreos and crumble them on this hot
Oh,
dirt?
We might do that. That might be fun.
Not like
Yeah.
Like,
Please.
oh.
Here is the cake, guys. There's the beautiful Costco chocolate cake ready to go. And then we're going to be putting our mushrooms just in it and on it. We're going to put some on the sides too. We'll push those on. But it's going to look so good. Go for it.
Is that
Yeah, that's. They're pretty tasty. For being candy melts. What do you think? You think Kiddo's gonna go gaga for that? Yeah, Sweet Tooth stares at the KK Henri.
Hi, Henri. Also have.
Oh yeah, we also got little candles for their 10th birthday. It's going to be really exciting, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun with this.
We'll post some pictures.
We'll post
without
minors in them.
In the Discord. We'll be very careful with that too. Out of the minors, because
reasons.
Friendly, family safe.
I'm going to spend a little time trimming these up, just a little bit, and then we'll be bonding them together with white chocolate.
Now, when we say that this is, we're nothing if not completely honest here. So, when we say this is optimal, the chocolate, this was not a cheap excursion. The chocolate, the piping bags, the mold, and the meringue powder ran me about $64 for everything. Oh, and oh right, yeah.
let me show you guys these. We also got these to go on it. Little froggy boys. I don't want to open these. I don't want to open these up because these are. I don't want to put these on the cake today. These are sugar decorations, and I don't want them to melt because melted frogs would look bad. Yes, these are little sugar frogs that are really pretty cute. See that?
So get a box of, put it like dirt on the floor on the top of the cake, and then
There are different sizes of these. Just realized.
And then rooms.
Yeah, so we're gonna get some Oreos. We'll blend Oreos for dirt. Yeah, and that's gonna be it for today, guys.
Since when do we ever
End on
end
time
on time?
or early?
Usually
Early.
it's
It's only
like
12:42.
early.
Yeah.
Is and Lindsay or is there anything else that you want to say before we next optimal next week that's of festive on this week. We're gonna make some discussion which
Also known, if you've ever watched Dragon Prince, great show. If you ever watched Dragon Prince, the one of the princes is obsessed with jelly tarts. They're those little 3-corner jelly tarts. That's what Hamantaschen are. They're jelly cookies, and my kiddo became obsessed with them because of Dragon Prince.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I discovered them last year as I've been introduced to all things culturally Jewish, and Friday holiday called Purim,
Yes.
where it's kind of like Mardi Gras, but
It's Jewish Mardi Gras.
Jewish Mardi Gras, Jewish Halloween. But one of the things, but there are also other ways to incorporate the triangle.
Triangle shapes are important for Purim because the bad guy in Purim wore a tri-corner hat, a 3-corner hat, and so we eat things and destroy things that are triangular in celebration of destroying the villain. It's
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
But they're really good. They're like a shortbread cookie. It's jelly, but jelly, chocolate. We've done Nutella before.
Mm-hmm.
Poppy is very popular. There's a whole bunch of things that we've also got a beef salad that is incredible that we were by Noah's stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
That has apples and beef and
Don't tell them the whole recipe now.
okay, apples and all you get, and then a Israeli couscous salad that is also very small. It doesn't even have to be small couscous, big couscous, sort of round pasta. And
Heffleys?
Heffleys. Oh.
I just want to look that up real
Never
quick.
heard of that. Oh, Sugar Rush was that one half of Music Hits.
Oh, so Kifleys are like Kiffle, Kifle. It's Hungarian. Yeah, they're kind of similar to that, just different in shape.
Kind of looks like a
Kifleys look more like a cannoli.
They look like a
But,
cannoli
yeah.
and a, like the two things gotta be.
I mean, it's a
Which is honestly
human cracker.
probably, I mean, a lot of, especially, apologies for, it's more cultural. What I've discovered as an outsider pointing at a lot of Jewish come from a lot of those, so they all have different. So it is very possible that's just how and Hamantaschen is. Because I've discovered that, especially.
So yeah. Well, that's it for us today, guys. I'm sitting here just kind of putting mushrooms together. Just chit-chatting. Hope you all enjoyed today's show. Mm-hmm. Are they not on?
Again, the stream elements, and it occurs to me you might not be able to hear. Gonna like move closer to the mic. Yeah.
They're good.
Just a reminder, if you have the ability to spread the awareness of what's going on with Panda and Ruby, even if you can't donate financially, getting the word out about their stream. Okay, he's going to give me the mic. Cool. Getting the word out about Panda's stream. They're going to be going live here very shortly. Anything helps. We just want to make sure that our friends don't lose their house because of literally the weather. And you can see some of it. Ruby had posted up on their Ko-Fi. Had lost 6 weeks of work that was unpaid due to the weather that the Midwest has experienced this winter, because their job is very weather dependent. And so we just want to make sure to try to help our friends in any way we can not lose their house. There are incentive donations. We're about $50 away from being able to auction off a free one-on-one cooking session with chef. And so definitely get those donations, and you do not have to donate to be eligible, but you do want to be in Panda's stream in order to enter for any of those giveaways. There are also some retro PCs that are a part of that. Again, in order to win, you do not have to be the one to donate, but you do want to be there. Nate the Adventurer, who is another friend of the show, is giving those away. As well as several both retro games and games for the Switch, games for the Wii U, if you still have those consoles, things like that are being given away as part of this. And all we're asking is to make sure that our friends are able to keep their house. This is going to be going on until March 21st. So if you're not able to today, but if you're like me and you get paid next week, maybe if you're able to throw a few dollars their way, just again to make sure that
even if it's $1,
even
guys,
if it's $1
helps. Even if it's just $1, guys, every penny helps right now. We normally don't ask for this kind of thing, but this is a very unfortunate situation. This is not a situation where they were just lazy or anything. This is literally they did not get paid for work and could not work, and so we are doing our best to entertain you, bring awareness to them, and keep going. I will be posting the link for those of you watching on YouTube. I will be posting the link down in the comments or in the description of the show. If you're on YouTube, please do like, subscribe, help me out here, and let's keep things moving. I really, really enjoy doing this show, and I hope that I hope you all get in on this. And thank you guys for watching. We're going to take you over to UV Glow Panda now, and have a good one, guys.